Hey everyone, welcome back to BikeBeat, where we ride, review, and talk about the most exciting machines on two wheels. Today we're diving into something that's been making serious waves in the motorcycle world, the 2026 Honda CB500SF Super Four. This bike carries one of Honda's most respected badges, the Super Four, and brings it into a new era. Honda has taken everything that riders loved about the classic CB500 Super Four and reimagined it for the modern age with more power, more tech, and a lot more attitude. The CB500SF is a motorcycle that mixes nostalgia with innovation, and that combination is already turning heads. At its core is a brand new 502 cubic centimeters inline-four engine. Yes, you heard that right, a proper four-cylinder in a middleweight package. That alone is enough to excite purists who have been missing that smooth, high-revving sound that only an inline-four can deliver. Honda built this engine from scratch, not a bored-out version of their parallel twin 500. It's liquid-cooled, DOHC, and tuned for around 80 horsepower. That's a significant jump over most 500 cubic centimeters bikes on the market today. Expect a redline that stretches beyond 11,000 revolutions per minute and a throttle response that feels crisp but forgiving. This motor promises to deliver that classic four-cylinder rush, a seamless wave of power that builds smoothly and rewards you for revving it out. Honda also introduced their second-generation e-clutch system on this bike. This tech allows for clutchless shifting, both up and down, without needing to touch the clutch lever at all. It's still a full manual gearbox, but the electronics handle the clutch work automatically. That means you can glide through gears smoothly, whether you're in heavy traffic or pushing hard through corners. And the best part? You can switch it off whenever you want and ride it like a traditional manual. It's the kind of innovation that blends convenience with control, giving riders more choice without taking away engagement. Now, about the chassis. Honda built the CB500SF around a steel diamond frame that uses the engine as a stressed member, which improves rigidity and saves weight. Early figures suggest the bike could come in around 190 kilograms fully fueled, which is impressive for a four-cylinder. The suspension setup looks serious too, with inverted front forks and a rear monoshock connected through Honda's ProLink system. The swing arm is aluminum, keeping the rear light and responsive. The balance between comfort and performance seems to be a key focus. This is a bike that should handle both weekend rides and daily commutes with equal ease. Braking is handled by twin front discs with radial-mounted calipers and a single rear disc, paired with ABS. Expect strong stopping power and predictable feel. Honda's usually excellent brake tuning should carry over here. Combined with a neutral riding position and light handling, this setup promises confidence both for new riders and experienced ones. The geometry suggests the bike will be quick to turn without feeling twitchy, offering that perfect middle ground between agility and stability. Design-wise, Honda really nailed it. The CB500SF looks stunning, muscular yet elegant, modern but unmistakably a Super Four. Those four chrome exhaust headers sweeping from the front of the engine are pure art. The lines are clean, the proportions tight, and there's just enough retro DNA to give it character. The round LED headlight keeps things classic, while the full LED lighting setup modernizes the package. The tank is sculpted with deep knee recesses, giving that old-school Honda vibe, and the rear is short and tidy with a minimalist LED tail section. It's a bike that looks beautiful from every angle, one that balances nostalgia with contemporary sharpness. The cockpit is equally modern. You get a full-color TFT display that's crisp and customizable. It shows everything from ride modes and traction control settings to phone notifications and navigation via Honda's RoadSync system. The switchgear feels premium, and the handlebar placement looks comfortable, slightly sporty but upright enough for long rides. The seat height is expected around 800 mm, making it approachable for most riders. The ergonomics strike that sweet spot between a commuter and a weekend sport naked. Honda has equipped the CB500SF with multiple ride modes: Sport, Urban, and Rain, along with two custom modes. These adjust throttle response, traction control, and engine braking to suit your mood or conditions. Traction control is standard, and ABS is always on. The bike also features ride-by-wire throttle, allowing for precise control and smooth power transitions. All of this tech might sound overwhelming, but Honda designs its electronics to be intuitive and easy to use. You'll likely be able to toggle settings with your thumb while riding, without taking your eyes off the road. And then there's that sound. Honda engineers reportedly tuned the intake and exhaust to bring out the signature four-cylinder note that old-school riders miss so much. Expect a smooth purr at low revs that transforms into a high-pitched scream as the tatch climbs. It's that intoxicating sound that defined the Super Four legacy: mechanical, emotional, and deeply satisfying. In an era where most mid-sized bikes use parallel twins, Honda bringing back a proper inline-four feels almost rebellious. It's a reminder that motorcycles aren't just about efficiency, they're about emotion. Performance-wise, you can expect quick acceleration, somewhere around 4 seconds to hit 100 km per hour, depending on gearing. Top speed will likely be north of 200 km per hour. But more than numbers, it's the smoothness and linearity that will make it special. The bike should pull cleanly from the low end, with a broad, usable mid-range and a thrilling top end. That combination makes it perfect for both urban riding and spirited highway runs. Fuel efficiency will probably land in the 22 to 25 km per liter range if ridden sensibly, which is pretty respectable for an inline-four of this size. When it comes to pricing, Honda hasn't made anything official yet, but based on positioning, the CB500SF should sit between the twin-cylinder CB500F and larger CB650R. Realistically, expect a price somewhere in the $8,000 to $10,000 range, depending on market. In regions like Europe or Japan, it might sit around €8,500 to €9,000. In countries with higher import taxes, it could push above that, but even then, it'll likely remain competitive against other mid-range naked bikes, especially considering the performance and technology it offers. So who's this bike for? It's perfect for riders who want more character and refinement than a twin but don't want the weight or price of a 650 or liter class bike. It's ideal for those upgrading from smaller displacements who still want something manageable. The CB500SF will likely appeal to both new riders who appreciate Honda's reliability and veterans who miss the magic of small displacement inline-fours. Of course, we'll have to see how it performs in the real world. Heat management could be an issue in slow traffic, that's something all compact four-cylinders deal with. Maintenance costs might be a bit higher, too, because four cylinders mean more valves to check. But with Honda's reputation for reliability and refinement, those trade-offs might be well worth it. And that e-clutch system, we'll be watching closely to see how natural it feels. So that's the 2026 Honda CB500SF Super Four, a machine that carries the DNA of the past and the technology of the future. When we finally get to test it, we'll see if it truly lives up to the Super Four name. But right now, it looks like Honda has created something special, a bike that's easy to live with, thrilling to ride, and absolutely stunning to look at. Thanks for watching BikeBeat. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to hit like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our upcoming first ride of the CB500SF. Let us know in the comments, would you pick the new Super Four over a twin? Or do you think the inline-four magic is worth every extra dollar? Until next time, ride safe, ride smart, and keep that throttle steady.